What's going on, guys? It's your boy BK, and today we'll be talking about Gears of War 4. We'll be talking about a possible Gears of War release date, when we'll see some gameplay, a possible beta, and just some of my thoughts on where I think Gears of War can go in the future, and just where some ideas that I personally think that can happen with the new Gears of War. I actually wrote down a lot of points that I want to make, and just some things I want to talk about in this video. But I'd like to give a shout out to Layout8311 for actually giving me the inspiration to make this video. He actually left a really nice comment on my video the other day, and I actually didn't know a lot of people subscribed to me just for Gears of War. Back then I didn't think anyone liked any of my Gears of War videos, so I actually just stopped making them in general. But now that I know a new Gears of War will be coming out, I will be solely focusing on Gears of War, because how I started my channel was Gears of War. It was actually my first video that I uploaded in 2007. So I will love to get back into Gears of War, especially competitively, and doing clan battles and stuff. But that's not for this video. This video is just for Gears of War information that I found on the information, just some of my thoughts. And I'll possibly be making a part 2 to this video, so be sure to check that video out as well. So as far as a release date, I've been checking out online, searching around, trying to see if we'll be getting Gears of War this year. And some sources say that we will be getting Gears of War, but me personally, I don't think we will be seeing a Gears of War till 2016, possibly in the spring, maybe for freaking Christmas. I hope not, but possibly in 2016. They haven't really been given too much information. There's been a lack of information since last year. They did inform the public that they are working on Gears of War for next gen, and they released a picture as well, but it was a very blurry picture. I guess they didn't want to give too much away, but I don't think a Gears of War will be released this year. I don't think they want to rush a Gears of War. Again, they want to get a lot of feedback from the community, especially on how to make this game better, because Gears of War Judgment was just a disaster. I don't know anyone that enjoyed that game, not anyone that played Gears of War competitively or even for fun. I don't think anyone really liked that game. I sure as hell didn't like the game at all. It was just not fun. Some people might like it. I really didn't. I didn't think it was Gears of War at all. And I think that game actually stopped me from playing Gears of War in general. I don't know. But I don't think they want to make the same mistake twice, so they're not going to rush this game, especially for next gen. They want to make this game as great as possible, and I will not be mad if they even take it to like Christmas time just to make the game as great as possible for us to play. But I do think we will be seeing possibly some gameplay or even a trailer at E3. More than likely they will be at E3 showing some new games, and I'm sure Gears of War will be on the list. Only time can tell. I'm sure there will be some leaks in the future. I'll keep my channel updated if I find some information on that, but I'm sure that they will be showing some gameplay at E3. We only cross our fingers and hope. I sure as hell would love to see some Gears of War at E3, but if they do show some gameplay at E3, we will possibly be seeing a beta. Now what I've been noticing with a lot of games, especially AAA games, they have been giving out betas, especially alphas and betas to the close, and then they will release a public beta for us to test out. I've been in a lot of closed betas before, so I know how this works. So we will possibly be seeing a beta, a closed beta at first. I'm not too sure. I can't even promise that, but I've been in a lot of beta testing and alphas, and I'm sure that we will be seeing a beta possibly this year, especially with AAA games. They don't want to make the public upset by like releasing a game that's half finished. They still do it sometimes, like not Gears of War, freaking Grand Theft Auto. That game didn't have a beta. It possibly had a closed beta, but if it would have had a open beta, it wouldn't have as much glitches that they had in the beginning. So I don't think Gears of War wants to face that issue, especially with bugs and stuff. That can ruin a game a lot in its first weeks, and it can like steer players away You don't want that. You just want the game to be as fluent as possible. And with a public beta, you can get all the bugs and feedback from the community, and then release your game, fixing all those bugs first, and then releasing a polished game instead of putting out like 1,000 patches every month trying to fix a bug that could have been fixed if you had a public beta. So I believe that most AAA game companies are like pushing to that route to keep betas and stuff in the open just to fix bugs and stuff. So when the final game comes out, there won't be any problems. So I'm really hoping that we will be seeing a beta as well sometime this year, if not possibly when they even give an announcement, or even sometime months before the game comes out. But they do release betas for Gears of War. Especially I do remember playing the Gears of War 3 beta, which was pretty fun. Now moving on, as far as Gears of War, where this can go, I wouldn't even want to call this Gears of War 4, because Gears of War 1 through 3 was a trilogy, and we saw what happened through 1 through 3, and we've seen the Queen's death, and we've seen what happened during ED. So I'm not too sure if they're gonna like restart the entire series, which I pretty doubt. I'm not too sure if they're gonna do that, or they will give us information that we didn't get previously, such as the Battle of Azora, the local civil war, the Pendulum Wars, and origins of the Queen. We didn't get information of that. We can possibly see that in the new Gears of War, and I'm hoping to see, especially the Pendulum Wars, we can see possible flashbacks of what happened during the COG when they was fighting the Union of Independent Republics. We can probably see some flashbacks of that. We can possibly see what happened before Locust, because I was reading some information a while back about the Gears of War series and how the Queen actually became the Queen and the start of the Locust, and then give some information in Gears of War 2 on like how Locust began. But you have to like dig deep sometimes and read some of the comics. But I would love to see the Queen before ED, because we already know she's human, and she's actually a scientist who did not like the way humans were treating Locusts. So she actually became the Queen and wanted to rain freaking hell on humanity for treating Locusts like shit. But we can possibly see that in the game. We can see some of Adam Phoenix's early work. We can see a whole bunch of stuff. We can see, especially the Locust War, the war between the Lambent Locusts and the regular Locusts. We can see the events leading up to E-Day. There's a lot of stuff that can be covered in this Gears of War that I would love to see. What do you guys like to see? I'm not too sure. I'll just leave that in the comment box. I do check all the comments now. Prior, it was extremely hard to check every comment when I was doing all the videos and stuff, but now I will read every single comment on each of my videos. So just be sure to leave some of your feedback in the video, what you'd like to see in the next Gears of War. Now, as far as characters, for main characters, I'm not too sure who they can pick. I'm not really trying to see Marcus Phoenix game, although we will see Marcus in the game. More than likely, he can be a main character, but I'm not too sure. If I want to see Marcus once again, maybe Adam Phoenix can be the main character. Who knows? But me personally, I don't want to see Marcus Phoenix as a main character again. He already had his run in 1 through 3, and now we can see in this Gears of War someone new, and then they pass to him somehow. I don't know, but I would like to see a whole new character and just a whole new experience for Gears of War. And a lot of fans want possibly the same thing that I do. I want this Gears of War to be extremely dynamic as far as multiplayer. I would like to see new clan features. They really didn't have clan features in Gears of War. I don't know why, but I would like to see some clan features in Gears of War. I would love to join a clan again. I've been begging to join clans. Even back then, I was looking for a clan, but I really couldn't find one. But maybe in this Gears it will be easy to find clans that fit your skill rank, and possibly, especially just speaking about skill rank, I would love to see like ranked matches with like true to your rank skills, because with Gears of War 3, what I did not like was the ranking system. You can be at level 100 and play like a level 2, and the rankings in Gears of War, I don't think Gears of War needs a ranking system as far as numbers. They need like a ranking system as far as true to skill, and I don't know how you can really do that. I'm not too sure. I gotta like think this one out, but I would like to see a better ranking system for like especially veteran Gears of War players, because they actually in Gears of War 3, what I noticed that they cater to new players, and there's nothing wrong with catering to new players, but they cater to the new players where they made the veteran players switch up their entire gameplay style just to adapt to the new players style, if that makes any sense. They added a lot of weapons which were like cheap weapons, such as the Retro Lancer, which was like the cheapest weapon known to man. I hated that weapon. And I just think they need to have like a game mode where like veteran players can play with veteran players, and casual players play with like casual players, because it's not really fun playing with people that are not in your skill set. I played a lot of Gears of War matches in Part 3 where I felt like I was taking advantage of some of the players in the game. Due to the ranking system, they would match me up with players that were not in the same skill set as me. So hopefully they can like add some type of better skill set or some better skill ranking into the game, where like veteran players play with veteran players, and casual players play with casual players, so there won't be like this entire fiasco where you have to switch up your entire play style just to adapt again. But other than that, I thought Gears of War 3 was still pretty amazing. I adapted to the game pretty well. It was really not that much of a challenge for me, but again, ranks is very important for me. I think they need to like add some type of a ranking system that caters to veteran players as well as casual players. As far as weapons, I played Gears of War Judgment a couple times, and they had just one semi-automatic sniper, which I thought was just, and maybe it's just me, I've been playing Gears of War since I was 15, and they switched up a lot of things in Gears of War Judgment that it just totally like twisted me the wrong way, because I'm like, if they make another game like this, it's just gonna be a disaster. With like the weapons are just like noob weapons, and I'm sure a lot of people can agree, probably disagree, I'm not too sure, but like the semi-automatic sniper was a cheap sniper, and for me Gears of War was one of the hardest games to actually master. It takes a lot of skill, because when I started playing Gears of War, it was extremely hard to adapt to, and by learning the ropes and learning different techniques and strategies, I was able to adapt. And with the weapons that they added to the game, they just give players a reason just to pick up a gun and kill. It's really no skill set to it, and a lot of people can agree that Gears of War was like one of the hardest games to play. It took a lot of skill to play. You can't just pick up Gears of War and just say, I'm just gonna go in the game and just wreck. It's not gonna happen. So I think they need to have a balance between weapons in this game. One thing I did like about Judgment was when you could jump off the roof. I ain't gonna front, jumping off the roof was kind of cool in Judgment. I would like to see dynamic destruction, such as walls breaking. When you throw a grenade, you see a crater. If they bring the Hammer of Dawn, you will see like buildings collapsing. I think that should be badass, especially for next gen. If they don't add it for next gen, I don't know what would not be the point. I would love to see explosions everywhere, and I think that would be a great new feature to the Gears of War series. Especially now, since we are next gen, we are capable of doing things like that. with walls breaking and collapsing, and I think that will bring an entire new style to the game. I would love that a lot, but again, I think they should, you know, add a little bit more features like a hardcore playlist where, you know, veteran players can just, like, you know, duke it out with like lower ammo reserves and lower health. But what are your thoughts on this? What would you guys like to see in the next Gears of War? What are some things that you'd like to see changed, some things added, and just your overall thoughts on this video? Be sure to subscribe and leave your comments in the comment box. I will be checking them all, and I will just be giving you guys some of my feedback and just keeping you guys updated on as much information I get as far as Gears of War. And until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Peace.